Greetings to all of you from around the Marist world who are joining us for this launch of the formalised chapter calls. There's been a great deal of excitement around our Champagne Marist world about the 23rd General Chapter in the Philippines. And today, on this special feast day, the 8th of December, marks 3 months since the chapter began and 2 months since it concluded. And I think it is appropriate that we have this opportunity on this very special feast to focus our attention directly on what we heard and what we believe we heard from the chapter. During the time of the chapter, we had some wonderful opportunities together to consider the state of our institute and our Champagne family. A chapter is a time to look back, to consider, and then to look forward. And that is very much what we did during our chapter. We looked back over the past 8 years in particular. But we also look back at the themes that have been emerging for many decades. And then we took those, we looked at our reality, and we looked to the future. We looked beyond. And that was a very fruitful experience for us all. We experienced real fraternity. We experienced real communion. And we experienced real synodality. It was a blessed and graced time for us. The chapter calls, some might consider, are rather ordinary. In fact, some might say, so what? And when you look at the calls, they are vocation, spirituality, community, leadership, and mission. They are 5 themes that are common to every religious institution and to the church. However, as Champagne Marists, our look at it was quite distinctive because we were looking at it through our own particular lens of our Marist life in our global family at this time and place. And it was a call for us to go back to the heart. And I use the word heart in 2 senses. I use the word heart to mean, yes, the heart that is here, that propels us, that embraces us, and that forces us out to embrace others in a very caring attitude. But it is also heart in the sense of going to the very core, the essential elements of our life. And when you think about those 5 themes, what could be more central? This chapter asked us to return to the very heart of our life as Marists, given to us by St. Marcellin Champagne. It also called us to be builders. So the calls are not about building something, they are about being builders. They are about being builders together with others who have a shared mission and a shared task. So we are builders of a culture of vocations. We are builders of a living spirituality. We are builders of a fraternal and warm sense of community. We are builders of a synodal style of government. And we are builders of the good news for young people. I think that these particular calls are something that are very appropriate for us at this particular time of our history. It is as though we are going back to our heart, back to our core, that will then impel us out into the future with a new, fresh vision. Now there is a challenge for us. At our chapter, we gathered together, we reflected, we prayed, we developed our calls. Now we have to take these calls and we have to make them a living reality. And what does that mean? That means that each of us, in our own part of the world, in our own community, our own mission or ministry, need to seriously consider how we can help embody these calls into the future. For me and Brother Hippolyto and the General Council, that is a challenge for us to sit together and to discern how we can use the best of the chapter calls, the most appropriate of the strategies that the chapter has given us, and work with those and work with the different administrative units around our Marist world. Because it is our task to build inspiration, to provide some guidance, and to give lots of encouragement so that each and every one of our administrative units, our provinces, our districts and communities and ministries can reflect these calls into the future. It is a large and challenging undertaking, but the family that we are part of, this Champagne Marist family, it does not shy away from a challenge. It embraces challenges and opportunities, and that is what I know we as a global Marist family will do. We have been very fortunate that there are some very fine strategies that have been given to us already. And they are the ones that we each need to look at and to reflect on and to build into our own communities and ministries. This call to be builders is one where we need to look to St. Marcellin. He was a master builder. He was the one who built our fraternity, who built our institution, who built the Hermitage. And he is one who has done that with great energy and commitment and vision. And that is the sort of attitudes that we can take to our task ahead. I know that we can think that everything is going along okay at the moment, that we are doing well, and I am sure that is the case. But the reality is that we know that our world is changing so rapidly that we can focus on particular areas at this moment rather than others, ones that need special attention. And that is what this chapter has called us to, and this is in particular a call for every one of us. Champagne was a man of hand and heart and mind, and that's what we need to be now. We need to exercise that same compassion, that same creativity, and that extraordinary commitment that he showed time and again. So I invite you, join with your brothers and sisters in our Champagne Marist family. Let us together be builders of a new Hermitage in our own place and our own time.